morning. Pulled some ears. We're going to do some tests. I'm guessing 25. That's my guess. We'll see. Alright, on second thought, after hand shelling it, I'm going to say it's well over 25. I'm guessing, well, I wouldn't say well over. I'd say, I don't know, 28 to 30 probably. But we're about to find out because I get the tester here in the combine. I'd love to shell some corn, but I'm not anywhere near ready. So, let's see what we got here. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I'm guessing 28, 29. Wow. Okay. I was wrong. It still feels awful wet. And that's hand shelling it, so it probably is closer to 27, I would say. But if we keep having weather like this, then I would say lots of people are going to get fired up and started here in the next couple weeks, myself included. You can see the beans out there are really turning, and then on the really light ground, they're already completely dead. And then you get to the bottom, and they're completely green. So there's going to be a lot of cutting around soybeans. That's why I really wanted to desiccate some, but the Haggie's not working again, so imagine that. Waiting on a depth sensor, so had to order it, don't have it, can't really do anything about it yet. So by the time I have it and have it ready to go, I'm guessing that it won't be worth spraying them to desiccate them at all, because at that point they're already going to be half dead. So yeah, corn's getting dry. It's a lot drier than I expected it to be. The old, getting some new eyes put in this thing this morning. These are, I think, Tiger lights. Yeah, they're Tiger lights. I get them confused with Larson lights, but I've had them both. They both work okay. I don't really have an opinion either way. The best part about these is that they're completely plug and play, so you don't have to actually wire anything, which is nice. They go in, look like factory, look the same, and they're twice as bright. And honestly, if you have a halogen burnout, it's cheaper to buy these, and they're brighter than it is to buy the factory ones from Case anyways. So they just plug right into your existing plug, and all I gotta do is put 3 lock washers and nuts on, and we're done. Yeah, they're bright, so that job's done. And then your Chinese special, it's already burning out. I gotta put new lights in here too, because they don't work. On both sides, actually, they don't work, so need to do that. And I'm gonna put a little, I don't know, some kind of light here on the back. Haven't decided what yet. It's about time she learned to mow. I never have time to do it, so teaching her today. So far, the only thing she's mowed is gravel driveways, but she'll learn. One way or another, she'll learn. In the meantime, I'm going to work on the combine. Now up next, we're going to see how much oil we can spill on the ground. I'm going to attempt an oil change without getting oil everywhere. There's only about a 1 in 10 chance that's going to happen, but we'll get the oil changed regardless. And just for good measure, it never hurts to have 2, because I never can remember exactly what these hold. I know the Magnum runs them over. I don't think this tractor does, but we're going to err on the side of caution. Also forget what size that plug is. Metric or standard, vice grips or universal, probably. The wrench I got out says it's 17 millimeter. The wrench I got out also said that it's, I tightened it last time I put it on there. Tightened it well. So we're gonna get a socket. Sounds like my wife finished mowing. Gonna get a socket You just parked that right in my way. Put it literally anywhere else.
You have the opportunity to move.
Put it literally anywhere else.
I cannot back it out.
You put it in there, you can back it out. Move it. Move it. You're covered in grass. Move the lawnmower.
Can't back it out.
Yes, you can. Move it. It's in my way.
I did not drink your Dr. Pepper.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I
Yes, you
don't
did.
like Dr. Pepper.
Well, you drank it because it was full and now it's not.
You literally chugged the whole thing. When I gave it to you, you opened it and chugged all of it.
The only thing I did today that you can accuse me of, and I didn't even do today, is whenever I put that oil plug on, I got it so tight that I'm now using an impact to take it off. I don't know why I did that. Move the lawnmower. Anyhow, like I was saying, I got that entirely too tight when I put it on last time. I already got oil on the floor, that's no surprise. No metal shavings, but it's black, but it's a diesel motor, so it's to be expected. So we'll go ahead and grab the fuel filters and swap that. Well, actually, there's just one fuel filter on this. The Magnum's got two. It's actually got three. It's got an inline filter too. And the oil filter, and we'll change them and go from there. Yep, that went about like usual. I got more on the ground than in the pan. So while we're filling that with oil, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the plug out of the Magnum over here. Had a little spillage here. Go ahead and pop the plug out of the Magnum. Get it draining, so as soon as we get oil back in the other one. I already changed the fuel filter. I always fill the filter at the fuel tank before I put them on, that way. Just easier to prime that way. So with these older mechanical machines, they're not like the new ones where they're electric fuel injected. They're pretty well just gravity feed. They've got pumps. So there's actually technically two fuel pumps on this. This is one of them. It's just got a little rod in there that's hitting the camshaft, and it's pushing this in and out all the time. And there's your inline filter here. So that's coming from the fuel tank, comes here, pumps it up to here through your filters, from your filters to your injection pump, which is really high pressure. This is low pressure, high volume. That's just high pressure. So right here's your injectors. A lot of times on this tractor, this one seems to be kind of hard to get primed after you change the filters a lot of the time. So what I'll do is there is a nut. I can't really see it right now. I know where it's at, but I can't get the camera on it. It's right there. And I'll have to crack that, or crack that bolt out just a little bit, just enough to get the air out of the lines. So I'll crack that and then pump this up, and normally you'll spill some fuel, but it is what it is. It gets all the air out of the line, tighten it back down, and it'll fire right up. So drain the oil out of this real quick with our wrench. It's just a power wrench, and we'll go from there. Okay, we are going the right way. Had to double check. There we go. Shit, I just got that everywhere. And I don't know where the plug went. I hope it's in here. Fishing. Don't feel it. Don't know where the plug went. It went somewhere. Didn't go far, but I don't know where it went. Do you guys see it? Because I don't see it. Surely it's not in here. I would feel it, right? Like, yeah, I need my clean hand to do this. I'm gonna inspect the impact here. It's not in the socket. Where'd the plug go? Where did the plug go? And no more than I said that, I found the plug. I'll zoom you guys in here. These plugs are magnetic. So, that would be it. It was magnetized. Are you guys okay? I was trying to zoom, but I was trying to do it one-handed because my hand's like this and I don't want to touch the camera. So, note to self, if you lose your oil plug, don't be looking down, look up. They're magnetic, like so. I'm gonna go clean my hands off. That is some thick, thick oil. I was worried that those were metal shavings at first, but they're not, they're just bubbles. That was a little concerning to start with. But I always check the plug for metal shavings. In this case, there's a little bit. Nothing too bad. But I change filters every 100 hours on this tractor. I change filters on all of the older tractors every 100 hours. So this one's actually at like 110 right now, which honestly I didn't realize, but it is what it is. It's getting changed now. So little maintenance goes a long way, keeping up with the filters and everything. The one job that's a pain on these tractors is greasing the front end up here. That's always kind of difficult to get in there, but with two people, it's not too bad because you can get one guy in the cab pulling forward or backing up and turning the tires, and then another guy down here watching with a grease gun and grease those U-joints in there. They're kind of a pain to get to. Sometimes you get lucky and it happens to be parked the right way where you get them first try, but not usually. So I'm gonna change the coolant filter, the oil filter, 3 filters on the other side, and then a hydraulic filter right there. So we'll get her done and go from there. Morning. It's foggy. And no, my truck's not revved up. Well, I guess actually it is. It's doing a regen. Imagine that. Because, you know, sitting there burning more fuel, doing a regen, that's healthier for the environment. Because DEF is better. The people that came up with it are very intelligent. Probably. Anyhow, running some errands and going to look at some hopper bottoms today. Well, I went to the BMV to get my semis legal for the year, and they told me for the 3rd time, well, you need this paper, sir. So I brought that paper, and I went in again. Well, you need this form. So I went and got that. Went again. Just went there for the 3rd time. You need this as well. So I'm headed to my accountant's office, but first I stopped at Culver's because I was quickly becoming a very homicidal person today. I just tell me what I need from the get-go and I'll bring it all in the 2nd time. Now I'm wasting half my day. I love it. I love it. But I'm gonna get Culver's and it's all gonna be better because their butter burgers and their shakes, they hit the spot. One of the best fast food restaurants that there is. And I'll take that to my grave. I love Culver's. And to piggyback off of that, not only is their food great, but their service is awesome. Like, every time I've been in there, they're super friendly. Whereas McDonald's in town, oh, they're terrible. Like, they all but throw the food at you, and it's definitely not right when they give it to you. It's terrible. So, kudos to you, Culver's. You guys are doing it right. And I like burgers more than I like chicken, so I'm gonna say you're better than Chick-fil-A. I'll take that to my grave as well. So I left the accountant's office. We went to the IRS's website to file for an EIN number to fill out a 2290 form to get it stamped so I could go to the BMV and get 3 semis legal for 22, 23, well, they're legal through 22, but I need them legal throughout the rest of the year into 23. So I've bought another semi, which you guys haven't seen yet. I bought another semi, a third one, and I need it to be legal for this fall. So we go to the IRS's website and file for an EIN, and we get an error. All right, no big deal. Call this 1-800 number. So I was on hold for 45 minutes and then got disconnected. All right, so I call them again. Then it just says that the wait time is so high that they can't put me on a wait list. Call back again another time. So an hour's gone by, called again, same thing. Now how in the hell am I supposed to get a semi legal if the government can't even pick up the damn phone to help me get the thing legal? Like, in my opinion, I should be able to tell any DOT guy that stops me, hey, this is my situation. And I'd really hope they understand. So 1 out of 3 semis, probably just gonna run it pretty close to home. Yes, I'm saying this on YouTube for everybody to hear, but I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do? The good news is, harvest is gonna start today, sort of, kind of, maybe, for me. Not for me, but I'm gonna go drop one of my semis off in the field for a buddy of mine. He's decided he's gonna cut soybeans today, which is they're on some reclaimed coal ground. They're way drier than mine. They're probably a week ahead of what mine are. So I'll be starting next week, but he needs a semi to dump into, so I'm gonna bring him a semi and I'll haul that for him tomorrow. But at least I'll have, I'll be able to scratch that itch today, I guess, of doing something. And I bought a tractor today, and I might have bought a bush hog too. We'll see. Stay tuned. Well, just rinse this off. I felt bad. I traded it in and I didn't want to bring it in dirty, so I rinsed it off real quick. But this will be for sale at Heffling Truck and Tractor. It's going to be H&R Agri-Power in a week. But it is a good tractor. It's got 3,700 hours on it. It's 40 horse. All the hours on this thing are pretty much from running a PTO its entire life, which it's ran an auger and a finish mower, and that's about it. It had a little 5-foot bush hog on it at one point, and I've raked hay with it. Still got hay wrapped around it, but the PTO is always spinning. It needs a new brake put in it, but other than that, this tractor is solid little tractor. I just want something a little bit bigger. The one I traded for is a 540 and 1,000. It's 70 horse, and it's got a loader on it. So traded it. Went to an older machine with less hours, but I like old equipment. It's reliable. This thing's been really reliable too. I think it's like an 03 or an 04, but cleans up pretty good. So if you're interested in a decent little chore tractor, or just a little hobby farmer tractor, or even a yard tractor, this would make you a good one. It'll be there. Well, out with the old, in with the new. Gotta go get the key, but she's ready. Oil, fuel, hydraulic filters changed. Oil, fuel, hydraulic filters changed. That's done. Tire pressure's good on everything. All I've got left to do is grease the front ends of both tractors. And then on that one, the front axle, the planetaries, I need to check the oil on those. I know one of them has a slow leak. It's not a bad leak. It's not enough to like tear it apart and rebuild it kind of leak. It's just a, hey, you should probably keep an eye on it leak. So I do. And then the most important thing that needs done is the radio quit working in that tractor. So that's definitely high on the priority list, because you can't be running a tractor with no radio. That's just boring. That actually happened while I was planting this spring. And so I improvised and just used my iPad and watched Netflix instead. So it still worked, but you need a radio, especially because the cart driver won't have an iPad because the iPad will be in my combine on Amazon Prime. But anyhow, combine still needs oil, fuel, hydraulic filters changed tomorrow. I'm going to do that. Not a whole lot to do on the combine, I don't think. It is throwing one code, something about a def sending unit. I'm a little concerned about that because it is deleted, so finding somebody to work on it might be a little bit of a trick. It's not affecting it. It's not derating or anything. It's just really annoying because it pops up like every 45 seconds on the monitor. And anybody that's ran a Pro 700, they're relentless. When they decide something's wrong, they let you know. So got to do that, figure that out. It may be a bad wire, maybe a fuse. I do have one fuse. It's a 25 amp fuse. Every time I put one in, it blows. So I've got a bad wire somewhere. I'm not quite sure what it's to yet, though. So I'm hoping it's related to the def issue and that's why it's doing it. Hopefully it's a bad wire, fix it, and we're good to go. Other than that, Titan feeder house chain, I'm probably going to take a link out of it. It's about out of adjustment. The drive chain for the auger on the unload auger, I'm going to take a link out of that. They still have a little bit of adjustment where I could get the chains tight, but I just assume take a link out now and have plenty of adjustment all fall rather than have to do it during harvest. It's just easier that way. But really, combine doesn't need a whole lot. I did take the wheat concaves out and got the round bars back in, so not a whole lot to do to it, hopefully. Couple sections to replace on the draper. Need to check the gearbox oil. Need to get the corn head down here, check all the gearbox oil on it. Other than that, grease them and it's ready to go. So not a whole lot to do. I did buy a hopper bottom today. Bought a Tempty. It's a 41 foot. I think mine right now is 38 foot. So I'll have two Tempties. Sold the Alumatech, I think is what it is, Alumatech dump trailer. Sold that to Gavin Spoor. So he's going to come get that sometime. Bought another semi, another Freightliner. I haven't got it yet, and I haven't even seen it yet, but I bought it. So hopefully it's what it looks like in the pictures. I'm pretty sure it is. Freightliner that I have right now, it's got a 60 series Detroit in it that's addicted to ether. It still runs okay. It's got quite a bit of blow-by, leaks a lot of oil. It's a Detroit, so there's not oil under it. There's not oil in it, but I think I'm going to keep the Volvo around this fall just so if that semi would happen to go down and lock up or something like that, then I can get the Volvo and put on a hopper bottom and still run two semis. But my game plan is to run both the Freightliners this fall. There's nothing really wrong with the Volvo right now other than it's a Volvo and I just don't really care for it. But I'll run both semis, both Freightliners this fall, and then, kind of have the Volvo as a backup in case one of them goes down. And then after this fall, I'm going to sell the Volvo. It's got like 600,000 miles on it if anybody's interested. Really good truck, got brand new tires on it. It's got really shiny aluminum rims on it. Looks really good, but I'm going to get rid of it and probably get a rebuild done on that second the Freightliner I have right now. It's got a 60 series Detroit in it. The one I just bought has a red top N14 Cummins, so it should have a little bit more power. I'm not sure. I haven't drove it yet, so I really don't know. But I think it's an 02, so pretty reliable trucks. I think it has a red top. I say that, now I'm questioning it. It may just be a normal N14. I don't remember. But older, reliable trucks, older, reliable tractors, and the two newest pieces of equipment, well, I guess excluding the skid steer, the two newest pieces of equipment that I own, the sprayer and the combine, are both giving me electrical codes and emission shit. So I'm going to keep running this old stuff that doesn't die. And I can get parts for like the next day. So gotta keep running the old stuff. Anyhow, that's it for this video. There'll be more videos on maintenance and yeah, just you get oil on your hands. I don't really record and move the camera and all that. I spin the filter off, spin the filter on, drain the fluid, put new fluid in. That's really all there is to it. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, tell me I'm a piece of shit, whatever. Drop that in the comments below. And thanks for watching.